Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Natasha Denona Bronze Palette. Let's have a look inside. Here's what it looks like. So super beautiful. I'm so stoked to have this in my collection right now. It's even prettier in person than it is online. I will be showing you swatches, doing a review, and a tutorial on what I'm wearing today. So if you are excited for today's video, definitely subscribe if you are not already. Follow me over on Instagram. It's at AshleyLamore26, and let's get straight into it. So this palette is brand new. It's available now at Sephora, on Natasha Denona's website, and Beautylish. It is coming to the UK July 10th. This here is Natasha Denona's midi palette. It's a size in between the larger palettes that she has, such as the Biba, and in between the mini ones that she has. So we've seen this before with the Love palette and the Sunrise palette. This to me is a little bit different in formulation than those other two. I think this is much more creamy in my opinion. I don't know if she changed the formula, but this is definitely much more creamy in my opinion. So here we have the Biba, which is the big palette, and here we have the Bronze palette. There's some similarities, but there's absolutely no dupes whatsoever. I thought these were going to be very similar, but they are totally different. This is in a realm all on its own. There's no repeat shades in here. Natasha is sometimes, she's known for just taking shadows and renaming them and putting them in different palettes. So far, no repeat shades here. You have the one cream to powder formula here, which is really great. This is more of a satin finish, and all the rest are mattes or cream to matte formulas. So what's great about this palette and all the other Natasha Denona palettes is that you have the ability to pop each of these pans out and mix and match as you would like to from different palettes and create your own palette, or just keep it as it is. I'm going to keep mine as it is because it's so beautiful. This palette is summer inspired. I do believe that it's inspired by her Sunrise palette, if I'm not mistaken, but this is perfect for summer, spring, year round in my opinion. Absolutely love it. Beautiful, stunning. The cream to powder formula is called Deep Dive here. That's the one cream to powder formula. The rest are cream to mattes, and they are cream to mattes. And then there's metallics, which are extremely foiled and pigmented. None of these swatched patchy, or they don't have a lot of kick up either. They're really beautiful. They're easy to blend. They're easy to use. They're one of a kind, I think. They're just exquisite. I love this palette. I am so happy to have it. The one thing I do wish though was that there were a couple more dark brown mattes maybe, because this is the deepest one you get, I believe, right here. The deepest of the mattes, and then you have the cream to powder. So I just feel that there could have been maybe another darker brown, but I'm still very, very happy with how my look turned out. I'm really happy she came out with this color story as opposed to a really colorful one, just because I love bronze tones and I love neutrals, and that's exactly what you're going to get with this palette. Very warm palette. Definitely caters toward medium to deep skin tones. If you're very fair, I would go in with a light hand. There's no bone colored shadow in this palette or a light shimmer of any sort. They're all very, very warm. So if you are very fair, keep that in mind if you're considering purchasing this palette, but I still think that it could fit on all skin tones. If you love bronze and neutrals, you will absolutely love this palette. You will not be disappointed. I 100% highly recommend it. I will be showing you swatches in just a few minutes after I keep talking about this for a little bit longer. This palette is only $65. Her bigger palettes are $129, so that's very expensive. I feel this is very fairly priced. You get what you pay for. It's really beautiful. In my opinion, this is the same formula as the Biba palette. Very pigmented, very easy to blend. A lot of these shades pulled much more warm than I expected, and some of them not so bronzy, but a lot more warm than I did expect. But that's okay because it's a warm bronze palette. That's to be expected. You can get similar tones and similar shades in your collection, yes, but this is the bronze palette. This is just stunning and a wonderful performance. It's a very consistent palette as far as consistency, blendability, opacity, and shadow consistency. I personally prefer this size of the palette because As you can see, it's very sturdy packaging, and the lid doesn't slam shut, so you can have it open like this, or like this, or like this, and then shut it on your own. So here's the Biba palette, and mine does the same thing, but it's a little bit more flimsy, I feel. And this is just harder to travel with. Do you see what I'm saying? It's bulkier. See what I'm saying? It just falls. So this is not as sturdy, and it's more expensive than the bronze palette. So I just highly recommend this. I really think this is going to be right up your alley if you love the bronze and neutrals, and you're going to be more than happy with this. I had no issues when applying to my lids. No patchiness, full opacity. I think this is a beautifully curated palette, and I want to do more looks with this palette. Let me know down below if you want me to. If you have the Metropolis palette, then you might not need this, but it's a great companion palette, meaning that there's no dupe for dupe shades. So having this and having, you know, one of the other palettes is going to be a great companion palette, and I just think that this is very unique and rare, and I absolutely love it. The fact that I can't find any dupe for dupe shades in this says a lot, and it might help you make an informed decision whether or not to pick it up. This would be a perfect palette for you if you own no other Natasha Denona palettes and you love bronzes and neutrals and you want a starter palette, because you are getting the same formula as her larger palettes. You're getting the same consistency, blendability, opacity, and everything else for $65, and it's a great size palette. I love this size palette. It's very, very travel friendly. Natasha Denona Love palette if you like those vibrant pinks and purples. If you love more summery shades, go with the Sunrise palette that she has released, which is also another midi palette. So now let's get to the swatches. Here's the first row swatch starting from the top to the bottom. The shade names are True Copper, Suntan, Sundown, Deep Dive, and Rhodium. Here's the second row starting from the top to the bottom. Here are the shade names: Magma, High Degree, Alloy, Ridge, and True Bronze. And here's the last row from top to bottom. Here are the shade names. We have Gloaming, Palladium, Bliss, Silk, and Beach. So there are the swatches. Now that you have all the information on the palette, let's get straight into the tutorial. So now that you guys have all the information about the palette, I'm going to do one eye off camera and then do the other eye with you guys on camera so you can see. So I'll be right back. Alright, so here is the look we are going for, and I'm going to show you how I did it. I'm going to take Sundown as well as Ridge. Not much fallout or kick up there, but very, very smooth, very pigmented, and it went very well as I expected it would. As you can see, very pigmented, not patchy at all. Really, really good blending. I'm loving this so far. I think it's excellent. I think it's great. Taking those same two shades, Sundown and Ridge, and going on the lower lash line. Very pigmented, really, really nice. On a BK Beauty 203 brush, I'm going in with Magma, and I'm placing that on the outer corner, and then I'm going to just bring that in the crease as well. This is very, very pigmented, really, really smooth, not patchy at all, creamy, 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 as these are cream to matte formulas. Really, really pigmented. I'm going to take that same shade, Magma. This is on a Sigma E47 crease brush, and I'm going to take that on the lower lash line as well. Super smoky, really beautiful. I'm loving this palette so much. I'm going to take the shade Glooming on a MAC brush, and I'm going to place that right where I placed the darker shade on the outer corner. Not too much pigment on a brush. These are to be used with the finger, I do believe, but I'm just going in with a brush for this particular shade. Really, really pigmented. I'm also going to take the shade Deep Dive right here, which is our cream to matte, and place that on the outer corner. This is not our cream to matte, this is our cream to powder. Really nice and pigmented, easy to work with. I'm not intimidated at all by this shade. With the BK Beauty 204 brush, I'm taking the same Deep Dive shade and I'm going on the outer third of the lower lash line only, keeping it really nice and tight. This formula is very easy to work with, very pigmented. I find that it's much improved from her other cream to powder formulas. Now with a finger, I'm taking Palladium and I'm putting that over top. I'm stacking it over top of Gloaming. So you can see that shade is really pigmented. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Silk, because this to me is one of the shades, ooh, wow, wow, that I wanted to play with the most. This is so creamy, so buttery, so smooth, absolutely stunning. So here is the final eyeshadow look. I'm going to go do some lashes, liner, and mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, the eye look is complete, and here's how it turned out. I absolutely love this palette. I think that it's so worth the money. I'm so happy that I have it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. This is beyond my expectations. It exceeded everything. Nothing was patchy. Everything turned out perfect. I absolutely love this palette. It's called the Bronze Palette. What else can you expect? It's perfect. It's wonderful in my opinion. Totally worth the money. If you are thinking about going out and getting it, just know that it's a bronze palette. So yeah, that's what you're going to get. But this is by far the best midi palette that Natasha Denona has come out with, in my opinion, and it's perfect for summer, perfect for this time of year, perfect for all year round. I think you can get nice warm looks with this during the fall, Thanksgiving, summer, winter, spring, any of those seasons you can get great looks. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you so much. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. It's at AshleyLamore26. Subscribe if you are not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.